There we go. Well, we've just gone on while you drink your Coca-Cola. Fantastic. I haven't been very inventive with the drink today. And how we going, team? It is Kaz and Lauren from In the Trenches with Kaz, not Kaz's Trench if you're from the Navy, or San Andreas. If you have a prediction for 2021, despite the fact getting everything wrong in 2019 about 2020, perfect vision, so to speak, welcome to the stream, the global stream, which only seems to have Aussies in it, but other than Mick Motors in Japan, of course.
Oh, yeah, and David Penson and Jodie Stevens and Amy Brown and Ed B.
But our favourite people always come a little bit later. They watch a bit later. Ed gets up with his Oculus bloody headaches, goes, I'm here, and then disappears again. Tonight's going to be a good one. It's something a little bit different. We've got Dolph Lundgren in here. I'll never forgive you for what you did to Rocky and Apollo Creed. That's Rocky IV for those that haven't been alive long enough. We've got Gav here. We've got Sparky. We've got Fugly continuing with his job as moderator. We've got Stevie Webb. We've got Lightfoot, or Sevens. We've got Lauren here.
Lightfoot, we did have an old sub called Lightfoot. Maybe he's just got a new account or a new name.
Maybe he does. Maybe it's a prediction. Well, team, let's hit this one off. It's not fair for me to ask what any of yours are before I actually put my foot down and say, hand down, this is what mine are. And that is Nostradamus in the background, which is going to be quite fitting for this stream, so to speak. So, what do we got? Why can't we see the actual chat box? The chit box.
On the screen.
There we go. That should be better. Okay, so here we go. This is my predictions for 2021. Guys and girls, my predictions for 2021. Let's make this nice and simple. I believe that I will get off my ass and move into the high-rise apartment, which will allow me to also get the camper van, which I've been talking about for forever. And that's going to allow me to intrinsically get outdoors more often with a camera, but not in a freaky kind of way. Okay, and it's going to allow me to get a bit of summer loving, maybe in winter. That's my good things. I'm not going to go for low picking fruit. I'm going to have a great time with my family and just cherish life. No, it's going to be good. I'm going to get everything under control. Better version of me on the second version of Kaz. What will define me by the end of next year? Who knows? The bad things for next year. I think we're going to continue down this slide of identity politics, which is sliding into every part of our culture, our life, our world, which makes you not want to leave home, which makes you not want to look outdoors, which makes you feel like you're goddamn guilty of something every time you get out of bed. And the second one, the second down point, well, I believe is going to be an unforecast event that is going to be related to the red corn chip. That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah. And on this video, so make sure you lock it in. Don't sit on a fence. Get in there. And guys, keep the donos down this stream. Okay, I want to just hear from you having fun. Take it easy. In December. Ho, ho, ho. How much an hour? Take it easy. So, team, that's mine. That's mine. The way I saw Tyson just turned up. We've got Banjo P here. We've got Dave D, the moderator here. We've got Mr. P. I'll be interested to see what he's going to see for next year. We've got Simon Powell. It's been a while, Simon. Great to have you here, Rafi. You guys apparently just had a $75 million L&D, destroyed a plane. I wonder if it had anything to do with carbon paper not being taken out of a notebook. Jared McMichael was here. He just got his date for February. He's enlisted for the military, going for either infantry or, I forget what you're saying else you were going to go for. And Ed B3, again, is getting ready from the USA to follow his father's footsteps into 11 X-Ray, which is IET's infantry US Army. So great predictions for those. Not predictions, actions.
Very exciting. Kyle Sweeney is off to Kapuka on February the 1st.
February the 1st.
Yep.
That's your last ho-ho-ho this year without a uniform in the cupboard, despite the fact, unless you've got a sailor in there at the moment. Billy Ocean wants to be your lover. All right. Rhinopolis, how you going, mate? Sounds like a large building in Greece, over 2,500 years old, but it's not. It's actually Rhinopolis. We've got Carl P here. I've got to quickly see this before I look at your predictions, team. I received something in the mail. Okay. Carl reached out to me. He's made a cameo gift for me. You're about to see on the screen in 5 seconds. Contact! Edition 1 from Contact magazine. Kaz, before he was broken.
Oh, really?
Looking like a generic lesbian. Okay, from San Francisco. Fantastic gift. Thank you very much, mate. My mum will love it as well. Thank you, Carl. Really, really nice indeed. And we've also got something, before we move into your predictions, put a thumbs up if you watch the fantastic channel of Mr. Buckaroony. Put a thumbs up if you can, because he's got something here I'm about to show you in another 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Buckaroony's great.
He is great. Using this knife I got as a discharge present, I'm going to go into this gift from Mr. Buckaroony, North Queensland Patriot. Oh! Cuts like butter. Do you know what else cuts like butter?
What?
Margarine. So what do we got in here? It's not ticking. It doesn't look like an ISIS uniform.
Right, that's always good.
Okay, Mr. Buckaroony merch. Look at that.
Oh,
Bam, there's Rafa on the front. How good's that? And you know what, guys? Every cent that he ever uses, that he ever makes from his merch, all goes back to animal welfare and also charities that he reaches out to help people.
That's right, like the cuddle cots and things like that.
Beautiful.
Oh, there's Denta cow.
Democracy. We just said no dono, sir. But that is proof that it is a democracy, I guess. How do I say thank you to the more than generous individuals that are part of this fantastic community? Predicting. Oops, where are we? Wait 2 seconds there, mate. You can hear it, you can hear it.
It's a kraken!
Where are we?
Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy.
I'm going to give you a double
Welcome,
one for
Murray.
the menstrual cow here, my friend. And thank you very much. You just bought a dog some beautiful food.
So, team, this video will be sent
What have
out
we done?
as a dedication to 4 of ours.
When?
Mr. P.
I don't know what I just did.
For the donation.
No, but I've wiped out everything. Wait a sec. I'm coming back, team. I'm coming back.
I've only got Nostradamus on the screen.
And I'm back again. Look, democracy, what's you got to say? Hey, Kaz, hope all is well. Thank you for showing us that video a few days ago. I always enjoyed reading about World War II and politics and battles. Mate, how did it affect you, honestly, when you saw the Soviet, when their death toll was going up, taking into account you can triple that for wounded, injured, maimed, broken of the mind, at least tripled. It was breaking my heart, you know. And all of them should have been, even the ones that only had 100,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Politics. Never saw that animation, and never fails to shock me how death was done by a small amount of people. Look, are people predominantly good, or are they kept in check by laws that keep us from being predominantly bad in the absence of repercussions? Look at this. I feel like Aussie Outback Adventures, time to hit the road. Look on the back. We've got Bucko. You can call it Uluru as much as you want. I call it Ayers Rock because that's what I got brought up with. You know? And that's a lovely shirt.
It's great.
Feels like a baby's bum, not that I'd feel one. Thank you very much, Buckaroony, and he's doing a magic stream this Saturday. Yeah, and I'll be there.
Oh,
Showing
is he?
support. Yep.
Right, great.
Okay, Albino Nick is here too. Hi, Kaz. It's me. I'm back. Good to have you, big sir. Let's move on to Lauren before we move on to your predictions.
Okay.
What are yours, my dear?
All right. Well, I've thought about it, but I haven't really thought about it a lot. I didn't think about it until you mentioned it to me earlier today. And I thought, well, I think we're going to maybe have some leaps in AI. That's what my predictions are.
We're going to have some what?
Massive leaps and bounds in AI and things like that. I think we're going to see a lot more automation, both in the household and in especially workplaces. So it might be a lot of more people losing their jobs to AI or robots.
So is this a positive or a negative?
I think if it did my housework, that would be a positive, but if it took a job, that's a negative as far as I'm concerned. So it might be neither, or both, because I think with that technology comes, medical technologies and things like that too, which might be able to help a lot of people who are suffering. So it might be a positive, but I really don't like when people don't have things to do or, a job, a meaningful existence. So I don't know. I think maybe for me, no, it could be positive and negative. I think as far as another one that I have is I don't think we'll see a war next year. I think we'll see tensions continue to rise.
You really left the flags with that one. I thought you were going to go, oh yeah, I reckon no good movies are going to come out on Netflix, but it went straight to war.
Yeah, because, me, I like to talk about the big things, the important things, but I don't think there's going to be a war, like a world war or anything next year. I think there might be one brewing on the horizon, but I don't think we're going to see a physical exchange next year.
Hope not.
And here's a left field one for you.
Yep.
I actually think we might get some sort of ET disclosure.
Extraterrestrial?
Perhaps we will.
Do you mean like from Mexico or do you mean from space?
I mean from... Very funny. No, I mean maybe some governments might come out and say some stuff that's very strange to all of us.
Like, we actually love you.
Yeah, not that strange. We wouldn't believe them if they said that anyway. I don't know if I'd believe them if they had ET disclosure. I don't even know if I believe in extraterrestrials, but I think there'll be some sort of really weird...
Well, how would you have extra testicles?
I don't know. I think if there was something out there, it maybe is more likely interdimensional or something. But I think there might be some sort of really crazy news that comes out that really throws us all for a six.
I said extra testicles, not...
Did you?
Not terrestrials. And guess who we've got here? Mick Lay Motors from Japan. He's there right now. From How's the Team? Snowing in Niseko, Hokkaido, Japan.
Lovely. Beautiful.
That's fantastic, mate.
Yeah, white Christmas.
Racist. I have to go to Japan. I really want to go there because I'm really anti-litter,
Yeah, it's a really beautiful place. And I think other than that, we're going to get a couple of very, very, very important famous people deaths. I think there might be some senior royals that fall off the perch next year.
Could be. There could be. Yep.
And that's it for me.
We've got Jordan here saying, ahoy. Are you talking about the Jat doppelganger, or are you talking about a sailor? I'm wondering. We've got Simon Powell here. We've got Guardian. The US started doing this project where they're giving their troops a heads-up display. Look, they're trying to use too much technology. Really, they are. At the end of the day, someone still has to be fit enough to carry this shit and sweat it out and be in this area and feel like they're being backed and actually have a threat that they're considering going against. It's a weird one. One of the sad predictions is the SASR cannot replace the people they've lost. And they're talking about 60 people with discharges in at the moment. You cannot replace 60 people from SASR. When we say everyone's replaceable, they are not. If you were to take 60 people from SASR and replace them with 60 people accelerated, then you would just get lower standard,
not
That's
as special forces.
And you might end up with more incidents of stuff going wrong. That's a long-term investment. I mean, Australia has invested a lot of money into training those people, and just to throw it all in the bin seems a little bit rash.
Well, Delegate is out of here. Hey, lads, thought I'd drop by before going out. Hope you all have an awesome stream. Well, I hope you have a great day, a great night.
Neville bloody Bartos is out of here.
Bloody Bartos, where is he?
He's just up above Michael's Stott there.
No, you can stay.
He's got to go. His family. He's spending time with his family.
We're family. Aiden Ruth.
Come on now.
I think we just had Kaz's 3 funniest moments back to back. That's it. This is peak. Aiden, I'm still getting those shirts for you, brother. Mr. P, Stoddy, how is the brain teasing going? Kenneth Hall. Also, SAS donation apps. I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that. I don't know if money is the answer. I think it's leadership, compassion, respect, and a due process is the answer, personally.
I was wondering what the people in the chat, what their predictions are.
And while we're doing that, I'm going to give a quick call. Lauren, I'm going to call you back in a minute. We're going to
no worries.
If you would like to give us your Nostradamus rundown in a moment, that'd be great. I'm going to see if I can get Dolph Lundgren on here for a second so he can give us what his thoughts are. Is that cool?
Yeah. Just say when.
When, baby? Kenneth Hall. There you go, mate. Where are we? Here we go. This is Dolph Lundgren, the killer of Apollo Creed Rocky 4.
Going on?
G'day, mate. It must be 7 o'clock in the morning over there in Western Australia.
Oh, yeah, not far off it.
How's the second prettiest girl in the world going?
I wouldn't know. I've got the first prettiest here.
Don't talk about my daughter that way. She's over here. Okay, mate. Tell us what's going on, mate. You've loved 2020. You've loved it.
Oh yeah, great year.
We're gonna give you 5 minutes there, mate. Let us know what's going on.
So there's 5 minutes. Predictions wise this year.
This year and then predictions.
This year, met the person that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, so that's always a plus.
Say hello to Robert. Say hello to Robert for me.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, no, that was last year that I met her. So, yeah, it's progressively getting better. So I think that leads into predictions that it's just going to keep getting better.
Okay, that's good. So if you're going to give 2 specific good predictions, but maybe even globally, downers, what would they be?
I think that it's sort of like one force pushes one way, one force pushes the other way. For anything negative that happens, there will be a positive somewhere. So the great grandparents kicked the bucket because of COVID, and the grandkids all get a 20 grand inheritance. So there's always going to be a positive somewhere, and I think it's going to have a burn off effect where there's going to be a lot of opportunity out there going forward, especially if they can get a proven effective vaccine out. And I just think that probably I don't have any specific predictions, but I think it's going to be the year of opportunity for savvy people that have got their eye on maybe niche markets or a little investment here and there, or some new kind of work. Same thing with they were talking about the AI. It might be lots of a job for someone, but it's probably a new job for 10 other people if they're clever enough to get into that market. So it's all a matter of perspective.
Yes or no answer? Oh, sorry. Xbox or PlayStation? Both. And this is a guy who's just got married. No wonder he can't think of anything goddamn negative. Best game for 2021 is going to be what?
Oh, that's too hard to call.
Okay, you can't do that one. Yes or no answer, Donald Trump will go on as president or won't?
He'll have another term.
There you go. Okay, hopefully it's not a prison term. All right, mate, we'll get going. We'll get on with someone else. Great to have you here. That is Cam. For the first time, he's been able to speak for years. He came to the channel, was not in the military, joined the army, is now out of the army, still in the channel, Patreon, married, discharged, and also owns his own business now, and an Xbox X.
Series X.
You're kicking goals, mate. I can't wait to hear a review on how you went. Well, thank you very much. All the best to lovely T. Do we get to hear the lovely lady's voice?
Yeah, go on.
Hello, lovely.
Hello.
Hello. Where are you from, actually, Doc?
Finland.
Finland.
Yep.
Shark fin soup.
Not quite, but yep.
How are you enjoying Australia?
Yeah, it's really good. Warm. Love the weather.
Yeah. It's great to have you here.
Thanks.
Well, you have a beautiful time, mate, and I hope that everything is great for you in 2021. And I'm looking forward to actually catching up with you guys sooner or later, okay?
That sounds good.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Lovely Lauren again. What else we got here? We've got Flubberdubber and friends. Good to have you here, mate.
Hello.
Hello. How we going? Old Cam
Good.
tended to sit on the fence, but when you've got an Xbox X, when you've got a new business started, when you've got one of the most lovely ladies in the world from Finland who's sitting beside you with sharp ears looking, going, you better not be negative, son. You know, we heard a bit of old-fashioned fence sitting right there, 101. But it was great to hear his voice, great to hear lovely T's voice.
Yeah,
And-
sometimes it's wise to be diplomatic.
Yeah. And follow the sapper, as Dave would say.
That's what he always says.
Yeah. Okay, Lauren, before we ring up Dave, we're going to ring Dave in a second. Can we please hear some of the predictions from someone that seems to know more about this than the octopus that guesses the grand finals?
Yeah, although I think that octopus is pretty good, isn't he?
It's pretty good.
I don't know.
But he's been eaten by a Vietnamese fisherman since then.
Oh, really? You're tricking me. Okay. In the quatrains that Nostradamus wrote about 2021, they are some of his weirdest ones. Like, there is one, he says that languages will begin to actually disappear, that we'll begin to get a one world language.
That's AI technology. You can already get that now, the latest technology.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. He also says that the dead will rise.
The dead just voted for Donald Trump, for Biden.
Well, there you go. Exactly, but he says it, which is one of his strangest predictions. He's not normally that way out there. They're normally much more wishy-washy. And he said there will that we will probably also through technology be able to find a way for people to never die.
That's like writing a book. That's how immortality is, isn't it?
Yep, he also suggests that even our physical bodies might be able to start living longer and longer.
Elon Musk.
That we're on the way to, be living up to 200 years and that again. He also says that people will be able to talk to animals and babies, which I believe there are some people who are working on technologies already, and I think it might be the red corn chip that has a technology where they can understand babies.
What's it saying? Dribble, dribble. It doesn't have the IQ to say shit. I need to shit, I need to eat, I need to sleep. That's a boring conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But some people can't. Maybe look, we get bad parents all the time, and they can't tell what a baby needs. Whereas most parents can tell what a baby needs. Just take some parenting classes, I reckon. And in fact, going on to that, he also says for 2021 that parents will begin to need licenses to have children.
Geez, he's smack on. These are things that I'd love to see suggested.
Yeah, I know. Not bad, huh?
I've got to tell you, team, I come from Western Sydney. I don't come from here. This is where I reside, and there are some foot-dragging motherfuckers here. Pardon the language, Carl, if you young boys are listening. You know, you look at me and go, dude, you can't get across the road safely. You know, it was only because people are braking that you're not dead, and you've got your kids in a pram with you.
Yep.
Hold my cigarette while I open this beer. Walking across the street.
Yeah, lovely.
There's mums with ankle bracelets on at the school.
Oh, how classy. Right. Yeah, he said that the days where anyone could just have a child would become a thing of the past, that you would possibly need some sort of governance to actually have a child. He said that people will refuse to pay taxes in some place, which could happen.
It could. And you know what could spark that is the actual close downs, the lockdowns, the COVID-19, where you could be going, no, I've got a business. You're telling me that I don't think or consider this or that. Yet in a country of free people, you're telling me I can't have my business open when I'm on the arse of my feet. I've got 50 years of tradition that is going bankrupt. If I don't do something now, I am done and I cannot recover. And then you're going to look at me like I've got something wrong with me when I'm at Centrelink saying I need a handout.
Yep, and he also says, which is probably around the same lines, which is where he says that the rich will die many times. So it's like he's predicting a peasant uprising, the little people against the elite people. So maybe that's what will happen. You know, things are heading that way. He also suggests...
Sounds like he's talking about America here.
Well, yes, interesting you should say that, because he actually talks about America, well, what most people think is America, when he suggests that, one, there'll be a massive earthquake and along around California area.
San Andreas fault. Los Angeles has been waiting for that for a long time now.
Well,
the big one.
2021 is the year that he says that the land will fall into the sea there, and that people will no longer be allowed to be on the coast. They will be, if they survive, they'll be very nervous about living along the coast there.
So that means other people will be closer to the water as well.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, exactly. And he said people will start, maybe even affect us, where everybody will start to rush to move inland more.
How far?
I don't know. But we've got plenty to go inland too if the coast does start to pull away, which it is already in some places.
Yep.
He also suggests that a great nation, which most people presume he's talking about America because it seems to have lined up with some of his other quatrains, predictions for other things. He says it won't be anymore like as we knew it. So that's even... You know, if you'd said that 10 years ago, people might not have believed it. But now when you look at it, gee, that could actually, it might not be that bad. Might be closer than we think.
Well, they're talking about breaking away if they stay with the T, with the orange guy.
Yep.
With Senior, they're talking about breaking away from the banking system. You know, so maybe it'll be wholly a place set apart. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Can I jump in with a data that I found out today?
Yeah.
Listen to this, team. For all of the people that are going, what's going on, evidence, no evidence whatsoever, I'm just going to bring up some statistics here on one state in the USA. Okay? And we're going to talk about Georgia. Right? Georgia has, at the moment, a 12,284 vote lead of Biden over Trump. I've got to change it up a little bit for the algorithm. Here's some details for you that might make you go, holy shit. Listen to this for a second. And at the moment, there's more than 11 states that have gone straight to the Supreme Court to say the people have spoken. I'm about to get 10% smarter really soon. Bam. There we go. So, take into account 12,284 lead. Okay. Here are some key points that came in from a young lass. What was her name? There was a lady that put this out. Lawsuit in Georgia is now available online. It consists of 1,585 pages. Here are some of the key points. Remembering, 12,284. 2,560 felons voted. They're not allowed to vote. So it brings us down to under 10,000. 66,247 were below the age of legal voting.
Oh, gosh.
2,423 votes came from people not registered at all. 1,043 individuals registered from a PO box, which is not allowed. 395 individuals voted from 2 different states. 15,700 votes were from people who moved out of state before the election. 40,279 votes of people who moved without re-registering their new in their new part of town. 30,000 to 40,000 absentee ballots lacking signatures matching the verification. And that's one state. So next time someone tells you there's no evidence, there's evidence. There's evidence. And listen to me, if you don't like politics, I get it. I get it. But this is a military channel. And if you want your soldiers, your sons, your brothers, your daughters to wear the uniform of the Australian flag, the US, the New Zealand, the Canadian, the Commonwealth, or whatever, you want to know that they are being represented in the worst times by the right people for the right reasons. Now, people say, why wouldn't you concede? Well, I would say if someone accused you of something that you absolutely did not do, would you ever concede? I wouldn't. I would never concede if I was accused of RAPE and I didn't do it. You know, no one's even disputing these things have been illegal. No one is. We've got the foundation of the country that keeps us umbrella safe from other nations in jeopardy at the moment. There was a famous saying from someone, I think it was in China, that had spoke down through the eons, do not fight your nearest neighbours that you can defeat easily, because they may be the very blanket or firewall between you and a greater foe that could be a nightmare that you may be allowing into your front door. And that was Genghis Khan.
Yeah, makes sense.
So just be very careful of believing financially motivated outcomes from people where your gut instinct is saying, this doesn't taste like chicken. You know, especially if it's street food. Okay.
There's only a couple more. Would you like them?
Yeah.
Okay. He actually predicted that there would be, as far as world wars go, or a great war, he didn't predict that there would be one in 2021, but he said that's for 2022, and he said it'll begin in 2021, but not physically. And he said it'll start with 2 strong allied countries fighting each other.
Oh, that sounds bleak, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is bleak indeed. And at the same time, he's talking about soldiers who are different, soldiers who have metal eyes and things like that. So that's, again, with that technology, you know, so all of
AI.
that.
There's your AI prediction.
Exactly, and that some of that might even have to do with Australia, because he's suggesting that it's going to come from the south, the technology, and another coastal country where people live on the coast.
Tasmania is going to attack the mainland.
We might not be here if the land falls away. You know, we'll only be a tiny, tiny little island then. Yeah. So as far as Nostradamus goes, it's kind of bleak, but it's all leading up to what's going to happen. Oh, he also said some stuff about the sun. He also said that there was going to be some really strange stuff that's going to happen on the sun, like fire from the sun almost reaching us. He also spoke about asteroids and things, which we've actually seen a lot of this year. Yeah,
and look, at the end of the day, you can make all of this stuff fit.
You can, absolutely, especially with Nostradamus. It's all very vague, and we're really just trusting other people's interpretations of it. But there was another prophet called Baba Vanga, and I don't even know if you know about her. Even Hitler visited her.
That gets everyone's attention. That's an awesome name.
Yeah, and even Hitler visited her because she actually went blind when she...
Don't use that word if you can. That's a stream killer.
but apparently he left very angry from her house.
Wow.
She, is called the Nostradamus of the Balkans.
Okay.
And she actually saw it because she knew our modern countries sort of like we know them now, the United States of America, things like that. She died in 1996, but she'd been giving predictions for a long, long time. She predicted the destruction of the United States of America as we know it.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, she said it'll be totally different. She said it'll also be devastated by natural disasters as well as tensions between the people. She said that the 45th president would be the last.
Really?
Yep.
Let's hope he serves for another 50 years then.
Well, that's right. We don't know what that's going to mean, but she also saw a civil war for them and them breaking up. She also predicted a Muslim invasion of Europe and a chemical attacks and things like that.
They've already done that. They don't need. Yeah. They're not capable of physically doing it. They do it.
She's talking about a physical war in Europe.
They couldn't do it.
Like a religious war. Well, let's hope that they can't. Yeah. And other than that, she saw like a great dragon, which most people presume is China. Mm. Oh, sorry, I've said it again. If this stream doesn't go, nothing else will. And other than that, she pretty much said lots of stuff. She's worth actually looking up if people are interested in that sort of stuff.
Can you say her name again?
Yep, Baba Vanga. So it's Baba-Vanga.
Bubba, not the one from Bubba Gump. We've got
exactly.
SRN here. Unfortunately, lower courts have dismissed appeals. No one knows what's actually happening there, mate. We're just going to get told one day soon, either yes he is or no he's not. Don't try to get too caught up in the maelstrom. You'll just get lost in there. We've got Benji P. G'day, Kaz. Just got back from Kapuka on Saturday. Still having nightmares of Hallway 43. Hallway 43. There's no easy way, mate. That will be with you for the rest of your life. We've got We're Lit. There was a border clash that happened between India and Pakistan. That's been going on for generations.
Forever, since Pakistan became.
Yep, congratulations to Benjo. Now it's IT time. And then after that, you go on the board, mate. And I look forward to putting your name on the board, Benji. Okay, we've got Daz. The red corn chip is trying to reduce the sun through fusion.
They're doing a lot of weird stuff. They would be some predictions that I'd like to hear what you people think they're going to do in space, because there's a lot going on in space at the moment.
Especially this space.
Maybe we're going to have a new space race.
Well, we've already got one, and Elon Musk is winning, which is great to see. Privatisation is actually getting better results from being in a when you're in a what do you call it? I'll get back to it. I'm looking dick here. Okay, we've got some. I don't even know what that writing is. Is that Russian? Baba means grandma in the Balkans.
Yep. Yeah, she was known as the Nostradamus of the Balkans.
The grandma of the Balkans. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you very much for that, mate. Thank you.
Yep.
Benji, not as much as I was hoping for. Guardian, no, the US, we rely on them for airstrikes. We do. SRN, no, fusion reactors have been built, but they already worked. Don't give people too much credit either, team. We stuff up the most basic things, but there is those amongst us that are set apart that do astronomical and astrological things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was some warnings from, his name was von Breuner, I think, and he was actually, they called him the father of modern rocketry, along with, the other guy, they named a crater on the dark side of the moon after him. But they were German scientists, brought over in paperclip.
Yeah. Is his favourite song Rocket Man? Elton John?
Probably, but he was a very serious man, and he actually warned the world over and over and over, and even used his deathbed to keep warning people that don't let them put weapons in space, because whoever gets weapons in space wins.
The first one wins. And in case you don't know what we're talking about there, team, is we saw with the modernisation of weapon systems that you don't need to put, and that's why you should never be scared when you see the red chip with 100,000 soldiers on a parade ground. They can be wiped out with one button by a civilian with bifocal glasses like that, with no dramas. Detection and then the use of precision weapon systems is the biggest thing. So the force on the ground cannot fight back at, those that own the sky. You don't see them, you can't hear it. It's over if you're the victim. Now, if you have domination of the air and then you get to space, the space will have domination where those that are in the air can't reach to space. So the higher you go, you dominate everything below. It's almost biblical. So whoever wins in that race, it's not because they want to meet an alien. It's not because they potentially want the space minerals of some of the comets and planets, like one was bought by Elon Musk that's worth, I think, about a billion trillion billion suns. More money than could be created in the lifetime of the planet.
It's interesting because he actually came out and warned. He said the last card that they'll pull is aliens. He said it won't be, don't even believe it if they say it. He said they'll try to say we need these weapons in space for a rogue nation, we need them for this, we need them to stop meteors, we need them to stop all this stuff. And he said their last card would be an alien invasion.
Listen to this legend. Brady Cars reckons be the first to open a $2 shop in the stars.
That's actually interesting because that was another thing Nostradamus said, that there would be like a lot of commercial flights to space and that into the heavens.
How the hell did he come up with this? They must have been going, you're a crackpot. My mind was blown last night when I saw that you can go to Thailand through Mark Wien's, one of the best food channels on earth,
right?
And you could actually have 800-gram river prawns in chili sauce on rice. An 800-gram prawn.
Yeah.
That, I don't even get to aliens before my mind is blown. And you know what? Do you know what my stance on aliens are?
Yeah.
If they exist, I'm going to swear here, team. Watch your ears.
Okay.
They're the most boring motherfuckers on earth. It's like people saying that ghosts are real. You're going, what are you going to do? Move a cup?
Well, I don't necessarily disbelieve in either of those things. I've met a lot of people who very passionately do believe in their own experience.
But if they're both real, they still don't achieve anything. They don't do anything. They don't hurt you. They can't. Okay, maybe the odd possession. But other than that...
Well, that wouldn't be a ghost or an alien. That'd be, now you're talking about demons, aren't you? Yeah. It's a very complicated...
I've been married. Dave follows Sapper. It's not a battlefield, it's a battle space.
Yeah, that's a bit frightening though, because remember, we the little people, we don't really get a say in any of this.
But you know what, but I don't give two shits. Dead's dead. If someone said, the red button's been pressed, it's all going to end.
Yeah, but
I'm going to go and watch the fireworks from the dead centre.
The problem is when they don't press the button and you just have to live under their rule.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Brady's throwing out some love to someone. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Chuck. Hey, it's also, yesterday was the 79th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Oh, there you go.
If you join the military and you go to the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Australian Regiment, 2nd to none, Amphibious Task Force, there's a good chance you'll go on Operation Gold Eagle, which will take you over to do exchanges with the Marines at Kaneohe Bay with the 3rd Marines. When you go over there, it'll actually be compulsory for you to go to Pearl Harbor, not only to do the maritime operations with those fantastic guys and gals, but you will go out on the Arizona, where the oil still comes up from the ship that was sunk, where the majority of the people were killed. And one of the only survivors of the actual Arizona was one of the most handsome young men, and he's only just recently died. He lived that long knowing that all of his compadres had lost their lives in Pearl Harbor, a very, very sad event. But you know what? It was no sadder than the other 10,000 events that happened in World War I, World War II, etc. So, no sadder, but just as sad as the rest.
As sad. Indeed, lest we forget.
So there is no way I can pronounce that. He's saying thank you for your service, Kaz. It's okay. It's okay, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be
Tell us
disrespectful.
how to pronounce it. Yeah, type it out there phonetically so we can just read it as you write it. That would be great. We'd like
It looks
to.
like 3 Pago, 3 Paso. It's
I don't know. It's totally different. I would say it's all Greek, but it's not. I would be interested in knowing, if it's not too morbid, who people think, as far as famous people, are going to go in 2021.
who is famous is going to breathe their last.
Yeah, who's going to fall? My first guess would be Prince Philip, sadly.
I hope it's not the Queen, because she served in World War II. She's had a good life. She loves dogs, flowers, and horses. I get it, but we're about to hit some of our members' predictions right here, Lauren.
Yeah.
Hey, and most of them are on here right now. Fantastic. If you want to be a member and you've never been one, for starters, you should be subscribing to the channel right now. It costs nothing, you know. And if you need more in your life and you want to go green, and I don't mean, you know, green waste, so to speak, then you just hit the join button, join that. And if you need more from that, then you come over and join us on Patreon. We just lost 15 or 16 in one go. And all we do is good things for people. I don't know what happened. Okay, Daz says his 2 good ones. He leads out with the good. Is his Hyundai air conditioning will keep working? No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Oh.
Australia's agriculture industry is going to expand to new markets. I love that. And under Kanzuk, I'd love that.
I love that. I'd love it if we could get cheaper Australian products too here.
Daz, you just won my soul and my heart. He says Trump stays president. Thank you. I don't fence sit, team. I don't expect you to fence sit, but just have logic behind what you believe. The grim is number 1. The SASR and Commando saga will get worse before it gets better in 2021. Possibly, but I don't know. I think that the CDF was over his skates. I think he went too far. I think he didn't understand what was going to come back as the vitriol from the Australian people that love their veterans, their Anzacs, the customs and traditions of those that actually use action instead of words. But maybe. 2, more rules imposed and rights removed in the names for COVID for Australians. And I agree. Do you know overseas today, 4 lions were actually told they had COVID? Lions, I mean African lions. There seems to be an agenda, whether you like it or not, that they want it to be here for some reason. Even when they talk about the, what do you call it? When they talk about the,
Don't know.
The cure, the
Vaccine?
the what?
The vaccine?
The vaccine. They go, it's 90%. It's 90% effective, but the human body's already 99% effective against it. 99.5 or something percent. If it gives our older people a better chance and it gives them confidence and it makes them feel good, great, awesome. I will buy it, even if it's free, to help those I love.
I think we're going to have to take it anyway. Anyone who's on welfare or welfare dependent, or anyone who wants to have their kids enrolled in school and that.
I'd imagine so.
All these liberties we've lost, folks, they're not coming back. Even if this goes away, they're not coming back. This is the new normal.
Yeah. Tyson Walker. He's 2 good ones. Thank you, by the way, Daz. And I hope your air conditioning does keep going, because mine has gone. Red Baron got it. Is 2 good points. Australia starts manufacturing more product here in Australia when we become manufacturers again. Yes, we need that. And people see it's better to support the locals than buy from overseas. That's hard, because it's so goddamn expensive to be loyal to this country. And that includes the corner shop that completely, overprices everything to the point where it's hard to compete with Aldi. I get it. The bad. The red cord chip takes more land from the Red Sea, and that SASR will look bad, which they shouldn't, and the wrong people will get thrown under the bus. There's some perpetual motion in there, and we'll know soon enough, mate.
And look, everybody who loves them is doing from what I can see, the right thing and speaking up for them and trying to at least make sure that they don't just get thrown under the bus.
It's actually been really good.
Yep.
It's been, the backlash has been amazing. Jordan D, good to have you, Jordo. Good on the slam dunks, but mate, your Nikes, let's take them out of Asia. But again, that supplies a workforce to people that would have nothing instead. So there's two thoughts on that one. Jordan, good. More people waking up to the detrimental effects of globalisation, yes, and it's good to be 21 again. Yeah, good on you, mate. You won't be 21 for more than 365 days. And the bad, subversives using the chaos to accelerate their agendas. One of the Democrats got done for being a Chinese spy, red chip spy today. More division within the country, government spending money we don't have, and more mass immigration we didn't ask for. Totally on board, Jordo. You've got to have something to offer, and you have to be able to speak English. Because if you can't answer to the police, you can't answer to the nurse, you can't answer to the fireman, and you definitely can't fit in culturally with those who are opening their arms to you to say, come and be one of us, and go over the fence and get that ball. I just hit over it. Flubber and friends.
Yep. What's his predictions?
Is uniform... No, he's outside the wire with this one. Is uniform pay enough to cover dry cleaning expenses? Yes.
Yes.
The lurker. Uniform maintenance allowance he's talking about. That's good. Yep. The lurker says, this is not lurking. We can see you.
I like the lurker though.
I love the lurker.
He's one of my favourite lurkers.
You know what? I'm thinking about getting a shirt made up. Not just for Aiden, but others with the lurker written on it. He's become law, L-O-R-E. The good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People will see the Woofaloo for what it is, and we will get back to sort of normal. Yeah. Lurker, I agree.
I don't think we're getting back to normal, though. I don't think anything's going backwards. I think I think that's why, never waste a good crisis. So I think even if it began as a small crisis, they've blown it up to implement these things that they would have had no other way to implement.
I agree. And two, the rise in nationalism, yes, and rebuilding manufacturing Oz. I hope so. I really do.
That's what I hope too. That I really, really hope that happens.
Well, the Red Chip said they want to refuse Australian beef. I'm not sure if that was today or whether it was yesterday it came out, and they also believe that the 19 was actually started by Australia.
Yeah, right.
Not by them in Wuhan, and it came through our beef. So that's the rest of the world's going, huh? But that's what they're saying.
Yeah, they've got we'll stop talking about it.
Okay, and the bad is the Red Chip increases push to be the biggest superpower. They're over their skates. They're going to fall soon enough, mate.
Gates too, and look, they can. When push comes to shove, who's really going to stand beside them against the rest of the world?
It's true. And two, bigger push for more free trade details and Kanzuk. I'd love to see Kanzuk get up. I would. It would put a warning shot over the bow of the rest of the world to show there's a new player in town, and hopefully we get some good leadership that could actually be good for that. Will it? The goods. Australia's economic and will recover if in some way, with our schools being early ones to open in person. Vaccines are already being developed. Again, remember, team, it already has a 99.9% success rate. I don't know how it can get more successful than that, other than the people with morbid situations that put them in that danger zone, the same danger zone that the normal flu puts them in. Yep.
Yeah.
Our trading partners.
Like how everyone's hoping we'll start getting more Australian products too. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Because I try to buy Australian made, but to be honest with you, it's jolly expensive. So it would be great if we had more Australian products, more easily accessible to Australian people. Bring back manufacturing, create jobs.
Yeah. Yep. And sometimes you need to pay people enough that they actually do those roles. And well, you know what we need to do? We need to get rid of some of the university courses that are into humanity, basically studies of things that will never give someone a job despite bringing them in, you know, for basically wasting their time but giving them a HEX bill. And I'm not going to go too far in that and ostracise anyone.
Yeah.
Australians' economic will recover in some way with schools. Okay, yep. 2, our trade partners still need us for coal exports, and we have the cleanest coal in the world. And materials, I'll hopefully enlist in the ADF for the army. That's good. You fit a fair few in there, mate.
Yep.
Extra 3. We said 2 and 2. The Special Air Service Regiment will hopefully keep its status on being SF. Absolutely it will, even with consequences being installed. And it is funny, this all came in as we're a peacetime army now. How convenient.
Yep.
Worse, the red chip's influence in other nations and in active aggression in the South China Sea will lead to tensions with Japan, Taiwan, and probably us soon enough. Yep. And number 2, Trump will hopefully stay, but he is already handing power to Biden. No, he's not. He's just not being a dick about it, which is worrying. Either he is going to reset the relations or go with the act of aggression. And then we've got, I think if he gets in, there is going to be a reckoning for those that are trying to take America down. You know, the saying is never bet against the man who actually wrote the book before his time, The Art of the Deal. He knows the deal. He's not the richest, but he has magnetism and he's the biggest celebrity on earth. Bipolar, like him or not. Okay,
Yep.
G1. This is from DJ Brown. Australia will begin a good one. Australia will begin exporting goods to new countries. Excellent.
Yep,
Increasing our
that's good.
economy and strengthening it at the same time. Excellent.
Yep.
I really hope so. And
This is
good
where the
too.
cancel comes in.
Yeah, that's right, Kanzuk. And
Yep.
and Kanzuk is an answer when people say, oh, well, what can you do? You can't find these jobs. Do you have a magic wand? Poof! And I'm not trying to talk about sailors.
Yep.
Kanzuk. That's a solution.
Yep.
And you know what? I am sure that England, who is beef deficient, and I don't mean in their jocks, also Canada, would love some good Aussie beef.
Who doesn't?
Vegans.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I'm just going to tell you, there was a prediction made in chat
yes.
that Brady made that you would find a beauty, that you would meet a beauty, and now they're talking about making you a Tinder profile.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Who would actually do it? But I give you permission to do so.
Yeah. Try and
I
find
do.
a lady.
I don't know if I believe in that sort of stuff, but because
Yeah. Do you want a lady?
not to live with.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Well, maybe just some hookups. They can try and get you some hookups.
Not even really that. I'd treat a lady like a queen. I'd take her out. I'd pay for everything. I'd walk and hold her hands. I'd talk to her, make her feel like a woman. But I'm not going to let someone get into my house. I'm not going to let someone take you off me. Channel.
Right. Yeah. No. Put that all in the profile, guys.
This guy is like MSG. He could taste good, but he's not necessarily good for you.
Yeah.
He's a flavour enhancer. Everyone will emerge from ISO fitter, healthier, and causing less strain on our health system. I don't think that's going to happen. The global COVID toll will increase significantly with second, third, and fourth waves appearing. We've never even found a cure for the flu. You know, and you know what? 100,000 times more people die from smoking. We do nothing and say nothing about that. It's really
Exactly.
weird.
Yeah, and also alcohol, and there's all the other things that we do that contribute to a lot of deaths and problems, and we don't really do a lot about that.
DJ
however-
Brown brought up something quickly. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
this
no,
one
that's fine.
this one hurts my heart. This one really hurts my heart because I can feel it coming again. We will be in bushfire season soon, come September,
Yeah.
after having cyclone season in January, March. Guys, how long this year has felt. It was catastrophic at the start of the year where we had other countries gathering around, losing firefighters from foreign countries,
Yeah.
people from Bermagui in the ocean to get away from the fires. You know, and we know it comes back every year, and we know it's not done by nature. It's done by greenies that won't allow the proper use of our SES to do their job, by bureaucrats, by arson.
Yeah, we could see it,
It
even
should
worse.
arson should be death penalty, even if you've got mental health.
Yeah.
It should be death
Yeah,
penalty
exactly.
by fire. I've got one more to go, and then we'll jump back to Lauren. Too good. Carl's joining the army. Well done, Carl. Carl was the one that sent us the book as well. Fantastic. You know, great job, and I'll be there for you along every step of that. And good day to your young sons. You know, fantastic. Number 2, Australia moves forward, rebuilding after the 19 and starts making more local-made products. We're seeing the theme here, team. We're seeing the theme. Locally made manufacturing.
Yeah. I love it.
Number 3, he's crept one in here. He wants to meet Kaz. You know, that's not hard. That's not hard. It's all about time. And then we get to the 2 negative. That the corona gets worse. And I hope it doesn't. I really do.
I hope it doesn't too, yeah.
And more crap and degrading the Australian Special Forces.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen. I don't know how that could happen.
And this one may be fake news from Carl.
But
That
we'll give it a
Pepsi
go.
actually wins the fight against Coca-Cola.
That'll never happen.
And
That's like a utopian future.
Yeah, that wasn't true. I just threw that one in to get Carl.
Yeah.
And I did that just as the concurrent viewers went to 66 there, which is 2/3 the devil. That's the members. That's the members done there. We've still got the Patreon members, but let's talk with you guys for a little while first.
That's right. I actually have something interesting about 2021, if you'd like to hear it.
Let's go.
There's a website called The Death List. Sounds morbid, but they predict famous deaths. And their list for 2020 was pretty accurate, but there's some people who made it through who have now gone on to the death list for 2021. And of course, we've got Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh.
Yep.
Did you know Dick Van Dyke is still alive? Like, he must be ancient by now.
I actually didn't care.
Oh, no, yeah, I can't believe he's still up. There's Betty White is on the list. So is Angela Lansbury. Henry Kissinger is on the list.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter. Desmond Tutu is on the list. Willie Nelson is on the list. Also on the list is David Attenborough.
Who hasn't been out in the wilderness for 50 years, but gets all of the young up-and-coming journalists to go out there, and then he does a voiceover, and here's the Galapagos fucking frog.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I grew up with him. I love him.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it's pretty morbid, but it is something that we should appreciate them while they're still here.
What if your own name was on there?
Well, you know, a lot of those people are old or ailing, so I bet they're wondering too. You know, when you get to the point where most of your friends and family are gone, and
that's it.
You know.
Lauren, give us 2 seconds. We're going to switch over to Dave for a second. I know how to do this. Wait 2 seconds. I know how to do this. DOS. We've got DOS telecommunication devices.
Oh, see? Technology.
Here we go. Let's see if we get an answer here. I might have to go to a different lingo.
Hey, mate.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Your pizza is at your door. That's Spanish Asian right there. Premonitions. What are 2 good ones?
Oh, premonitions. The dark side will win.
Yes.
Truth will not win. And we will see the bid A for 3 months. And then, you know, the next person will drop in.
I thought this was meant to be the positive thing.
No, that's not positive. Positive thing. Coke will finally dominate Pepsi.
It always has.
No more.
Finally? What the heck?
No, let's think about this.
Is there any
New Zealand
chance
will
you'll get it?
finally admit that we invented the PAV.
Who will?
New
They
Zealand
need
will finally admit we invented the PAV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could Cavalry Corps end up actually admitting that they shouldn't have the emu plume from Chevelle, and that should go back to infantry.
Yeah, that's controversial.
It's true, but
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, I might be wrong on this,
Sadly.
but I thought I read the other day that not every cavalry unit is entitled to wear the plume. There's only certain ones. Is that right?
well, there should be really none, because it was the light horse that were under Harry Chevelle, and they were mounted infantry.
Mounted infantry, yeah.
And mounted infantry are infantry corps who are mounted in motorised or mechanised.
Yeah, so 1 RAR, 3 RAR.
Well, all
8,
of them
9,
except the 2nd Battalion.
6. They're all mounted infantry, right? Mechanised, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yep.
It's just a horse with armour, right?
Well, we still get out before the fight. We dismount.
Yep.
Voice of Veteran.
Except if it's a charge of Beersheba.
Yeah, but that was the only reason they did that was because of logistics, because they needed to go there. Because the difference between cavalry and actual mounted infantry is cavalry have sabres, where they don't have that. They've only got a bayonet as infantry.
Yeah, well, they also took the advantage. They saw the point of friction, and they knew their horses were looking for water, and so they had an avenue of approach, and they took that, and it was a tactical and strategic win for Chevelle.
So you could say they saw a critical vulnerability, and then Who Dares wins, and created so many mottos, duty first in one hit.
Absolutely. But they were infantry, right?
They're always the guys that get the job done. Yeah. Dolly Parton, who sings?
Who said that?
Who sings? I will be. Who sings better? I will always be, love you. Is it Dolly Parton or is it Whitney Houston? Who does a better job, more emotional?
I think they
No,
both
there was
do
a
a
guy
lot.
at the pub I heard once who took the cake on that.
There you go. Yeah. No, I think I love Dolly though, but Whitney did a lovely job. Let's be honest.
She did, but Dolly wins.
Yeah, Dolly wrote it too. So
Dolly's got better assets.
yeah,
I'm
Dolly's.
not 100% sure I've ever actually heard her sing it.
And Dolly's still alive.
Yes, she
It's,
is.
She's not on the list. is
She's
she,
not even
Lauren?
on that.
Sorry?
She's not on the list, is she, Lauren?
I hope
No,
not.
because they're saying it in chat that she's going to go. No.
If hairspray was poison, she'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
Attaboy, not Dolly Parton. Okay. Cane and Peppers. Stoddy's used to being the small spoon, Simon. That's horrible.
Party's getting rough.
All right, I've got to go and ring the little one. Dave, you got anything more?
Not off the top of my head, mate. I'll think about it, and I'll send you some outrageous predictions
Awesome.
by text.
Thank you, my man.
Not a problem.
Thanks, Dave. All the best to you. And is there any chance of a trade-in on the Everest this year for another Everest? Are you ever going to get past base camp?
No, we plan to pay off the Everest this year, so then it's free and clear, so I can spend all my money on upgrades, bull bars, snorkels, all of that kit.
You can get a snorkel now. You can get them at bloody Rebel Sport. Oh, you meant the car snorkel. I get it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, dude.
Yep.
Take it easy, man. All the best to the family.
Yeah, you too. See you, mate.
Bye. Yeah. Dave actually is the dentist that can't show his face.
Yep.
Elvira on that list. Elvira. I used to think she was hot in a weird kind of way. Kane.
Yeah, Elvira's all right. No, she's not on the list.
No, she's not. Let's quickly have a look at our Patreon.
Yep.
Where are we?
It might be interesting to note that most futurists who aren't like prophets, but most futurists, even Dwellet and companies like that, make predictions for every year. And most of them are predicting smart medicines, which when they're saying that, they're talking almost transhumanism.
Well,
So
remember they're looking at using that technology of the nanobots that go into your body that actually do a schematic and say this is what's wrong, this is how it's wrong, and you're going to die.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, the smart medication.
Yeah. Can we welcome Yaros? He has just made it as 88. #88. within Patreon. Great to have you here.
Welcome to the Legion.
Yeah, and we don't mean Legion like Tom Hanks from Philadelphia. You know,
demon.
We've got Ancaladar, the dragon. Hey, mate, how are you, mate? Welcome to the 10th. Okay, Yaros says, in regards to negative predictions, problems with the red corn chip will continue and will have a significant economic impact in Australia. I agree. We're seeing it now.
Yes. Yep.
Number two, the ADF will continue to go through changes which will be more obvious in order to become the new army, and that's going to happen everywhere, team, across the Western world. Positive problems with with the red chip will lead to new opportunities in the long run. Working from home will become a norm, and the CBDs in the capital cities will become decentralised, and therefore people will be able to live more easily within Australia.
That's interesting.
And attaboy, with excellent support there for Mr. Yaros, also known as hashtag 88 two fat ladies.
Yep.
That's awesome. Guys and gals, 2 seconds. Guess who we've got to quickly call?
Do it.
Do it.
Just
Now,
do it.
it's all going to be about you guys now. Okay, as soon as I do this phone call. So, relax, stay there. My little lady did her first concert today. From a dad's point of view, there's nothing sad as I'm watching their child start putting on makeup. But it's part of the girl's life, I guess.
Hang on, she's just playing with a doll. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Hello, little actress. How you going?
Good.
Do you want to say hello, everyone?
Hi.
Hi. I love you. How you going?
Good.
What's the best thing that's going to happen next year? The very best thing. You don't know. You sound tired, sweetheart.
I am.
Well, I'll see you in the morning. We'll take you around to see the puppy, and then I'm going to take you for breakfast, okay?
Where?
Wherever you want. Wherever you want, darling, okay? I love you. Good night. Good night, Bubba. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, okay, bye. She suddenly gets her energy back when it's time to go. She's a goddamn little Russian spy.
She's dead tired.
Yeah. If that was a dog, she'd be all over it. JHK, proud parent, moment first concert.
Yeah,
mate. Yeah, look, it is. It's to see the makeup. I understand they need it for photography reasons. There just seems to be such a disconnect between you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have photos, you can't have anything to do with YouTube you do with children. Yet every time you go to one of these places, it's jam packed full of weirdos with excess facial hair with cameras, and you go, well, it doesn't make sense to me.
No, I'm not a fan of that.
No. Anyway.
My kids do stuff extracurricular, and at the end of the year they all do that, and part of those performance hobbies is makeup and dressing up and that. It's, a stage presence.
But when ladies in particular, the pressure on them where they never feel like they are up to the standard or feel like they're not pretty, how can you not think that if you're making yourself look the opposite of the way you've been born?
But I wear makeup sometimes, and then other times I don't, so I don't know. Sometimes it makes you feel good to get dolled up, but other times you're just happy to be natural.
And you know what? There's times as a man when you want your partner to get dolled up, and there's times and places for that. But it should never become the everyday thing, because men hate it, and we want girls to be able to be the way they were when we met them, fell in love with them, and that's normally when they were, being the closest to being themselves,
Yeah, exactly. But, I have said it before, we don't do it for men, nor would I encourage women to be doing things just to, trying to make themselves attractive just for men. They should just be the best version of themselves.
Without makeup.
Yeah, exactly. Take care of your skin instead and have beautiful skin, you know.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I wore makeup for 24 years and I could not stand it. Putting cam cream on, if you're going to join the military, you need to get out there and get some chalk-based theatre paint. It is a pleasure to put on. You sleep in it. It feels great. You don't sweat it off. You can make funny designs on your face, look like the Phantom.
Yeah, that would really get stuck in people's pores. And I'm a pimple popper, right? I love it. Squeezing blackheads and things like that. And I would always be squeezing the lads' blackheads because of that cam cream.
I think that's very true what Ashley said down there. It's sad that girls don't do more for their guys. Otherwise, there'd be more of them that don't lose their partners, personally.
Yeah, for sure. But it shouldn't involve wearing makeup or getting dressed up. It should be about who they are inside and out.
Yeah, that's right.
And I agree.
But I was just going back to your comment that girls don't do anything for the bloke per se. For them.
We're talking about makeup and that, I'm only talking about makeup. I'm not talking about other things. I think it needs to be a 50-50, you know, you do your bit, they do their bit, everyone's happy. Whereas you're more thinking about giving and being, because what I've found is that men don't, nor do women really, appreciate people who are insecure. And if you're insecure, you'll start to feel all kinds of jealousy and things like that that's going to cause you all sorts of problems. So if you can be happy with yourself without makeup on, jumping off a jetty, swimming at the beach, going for a walk, then you're fine. And if you can find a dude who loves you when you're doing that, then you are on the right track. Don't worry about the dude who wants you to put makeup on all the time.
Every dude loves the girls that are laid back, jumping off jetties.
Genuine, it's natural. And also they're more relaxed, they're more self-confident, they're not going to be so jealous or insecure.
Didn't leave that.
Because who wants that?
Caden Peppers reckons his missus dressed up once and put on makeup and wore a Marilyn Monroe dress, not Marilyn Manson, and nearly didn't leave the house when she showed me.
Yeah, I love getting dolled up though. You've got to remember, I am really quite a girly girl. I do love to get dolled up. I love to wear makeup. I love to wear, nice dresses and skirts and things and heels. I absolutely love like stiletto heels and things like seamed stockings and that. I love all of that. But it's not my normal.
Mick Stott said something good, and I totally agree. I will never kiss a girl with makeup on. I think it's filthy. It's hard to kiss a girl on the cheek when she has 10 pounds of foundation on. It's goddamn disgusting.
Anyway, she doesn't want you to anyway because it's going to mess up all that hard work that she went to.
Don't go with her. Get someone else.
Make sure you put that in Kaz's Tinder profile.
I can't do it. I can't, I don't want to feel like I'm always propping up someone, as an adult.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm with Simon on this one. He said, it doesn't mean we want girls to fart in bed. We don't have to share everything. Nobody in my family has ever heard me break wind because as far as they're concerned, I excrete marble and don't do that.
Say fart.
I am a lady and I like to keep mystery alive.
I'd love to be there when you have an operation when everyone puts the helium on.
I've given birth. For heaven's sakes, you leave your dignity at the door and you pick it back up on your way out.
Yeah. Well, guys, is there anything more? Is there anything we'd like to put on the wish list for what we want to happen in 2021? I'd like to see a bit of humanity come back. I'd like to see a little bit more, a little bit more honesty in conversations. A little bit less, you can't say that, you can't say this, but more, why did you say that?
Yeah, people should calm down and actually be okay with other people not agreeing with them. That's what you need to do. Everyone needs to stop having tantrums if someone says something you don't like.
Like I'm going to put makeup on.
But we get, hey, whatever. Yeah. I don't think that bothers anyone, really, whether you are pro-makeup or anti-makeup.
Well, here's one for you for the young men that watch. How many times should you pay for a girl's dinner where she agrees to go out with you in the dating process before she kind of owes you?
Well, I don't think she owes you at all.
Well, you never take a girl out to be her friend.
Well, then just...
So why is the girl going out if not to... It's actually stealing.
Well, maybe she's going out to try and find a potential partner. Are you suggesting that if she goes out, she doesn't like you, that she should... That's a bit incel-y.
No, if they keep going out with you and their intention is that they never actually want to hold your hand.
Then I think the onus is on the man to not be a simp and to realise and be wise enough to go, I think I might be being used. I think I might be being manipulated, and nip it in the bud. Be picky.
We are. But when you ask a girl to go out, that them saying yes means there is a semblance of they do like you.
Yes, they
you should never go out with someone that you don't think, oh, I actually don't mind this person.
Yeah, I don't think... Do people do that? Do they go...
Absolutely they do.
I wouldn't know about that, though.
There's a guy I was listening to, and he's got... girls have admitted to him they can go on 25 dates with 25 different people a month.
Oh, God, I couldn't do that. And you know me, I can't be bought as far as that stuff goes. Money is no lure to me. So there must be women like me out there.
You're the first one I've met like you.
Yeah, there must be. There must be some.
I've never taken someone on a date that hasn't ended up being some sort of partner.
Yeah.
So it's been fine for me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I haven't gone on a lot of dates, but what I'm saying is, it's actually quite off-putting for me, as you know, from, things I've spoken to you about in my life, when a man is always lavishing you with expensive gifts and that's happened to me, a lot.
Never do that, guys. Never do that.
I don't like it. I don't like it because I feel obliged, and it actually puts me off. So yes, I guess that's that same thing, is that yes, I would feel obliged if someone was taking me out on dates, but I just wouldn't go. So I just nipped that in the bud and just said, no, I can't do this because your way of showing love isn't how I want to receive love. They're incompatible.
Yeah. Is there predictions for Lauren finding love in 2021?
Oh, I have lots of love around here.
You do?
With my family and my garden. No, I don't. And you guys, I don't know. I don't know if I've got room for a dude in my life at the moment, not a full-time dude. And I certainly wouldn't pick one from a stranger. It would certainly come from people I actually know.
I saw a young lass yesterday. For those, put a thumbs up if you remember this, if you're a Seinfeld fan. And Seinfeld had the girl that from one angle looked beautiful, but then the flicker of a candle while he had her at dinner, and he was like, oh, Jesus, where her face looked like batshit crazy. And he was like, I really, really like her, but every now and then something weird goes. Well, that happened with me yesterday. There was a pretty mousy young lady, and I saw her. She smiled at me, and I went, oh, it sort of put me back a little bit. I'd just done my 100 push-ups.
I love a smile on someone.
Yeah, and I loved it, and I was looking for the right moment to go, hey, how you doing? Are you from around here? Or other such novelty? But then she walked the opposite way after she got her food. And I was thinking, how do I actually get in a position where I say hello to this girl? But then she started eating that food like she was hiding evidence. And I went, that's disgusting. It was like, I was going, oh, Jesus.
She maybe just needs some, some manners training.
I sort of felt like I dodged a bullet with that one. Because imagine if she'd said, yes, here's my number. So maybe you can call me baby. And then you took her out and she's just snarling up the food. She's got 2 forks instead of a knife and fork.
Oh my gosh.
Like she's skiing through the Alps getting away from the Germans.
Oh my gosh. When I was a girl, it kind of like etiquette.
What?
When I was a girl, etiquette training was kind of normal.
That's ma'am. You're still a girl. That's ma'am.
Like that. When I was like 13, 12 and 13, etiquette training for young women was quite normal. Like finishing schools and things like that. But I don't even know if that exists anymore.
No, that would be the biggest. That would be considered an insult now.
Yeah, young men and young women could do with some etiquette training, I think.
Well, even holding a knife and fork, I see people now that are holding it like they're holding down an animal, getting ready to skin it, and you're going, "Who taught you how to use a knife and fork, son?"
No one, I think.
When I was a section commander in the battalion, there was times when we'd tell our section, instead of just going out in the piss, what we're going to do is we'd go out. The guys would dress up. They could wear a suit if they wanted to. And we'd go out to a proper dinner, and you'd sit in the big table full of men, and you'd sit down and you'd have wine or you'd have whatever. And the conversation was different. It was a little bit more formal. It was more serious, and it was slowed down, the drinking. And it was fantastic. It was really good.
That's one thing I really liked about the army was it would teach young men who maybe had never learnt much table manners, and it would actually teach you a fair amount of etiquette.
Yeah. King Collins. That's a big Collins right there, the King Collins.
Yeah, I would love to. Look, SRN says in 2021, Lauren will paint a portrait of Kaz and auction it. I'd love to paint your portrait, Kaz. I've asked you lots of times and you just avoid the conversation.
You'd better take a lot of paint from your nose.
Your profile. I think you have a fine nose.
It's a Roman nose. Lurker! The Buckarooni's here, mate. Look.
Buckaroony.
We'll just, what I'm going to do, Lauren, I'm going to quickly grab Buck, and I'll ring you back in 2 seconds, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, team, you're about to hear the voice of Buck. Let's see if he answers. See what his premonitions are.
Hi, Kaz, how are you?
Pretty good, servant of Australia. How you going, sir?
Good, mate, good. I just got home from work, mate, and I thought I'd better catch up.
Was there any problems in the prison today?
Oh, there's a bit of strife, mate, but not at my end. Everything was good at my unit, mate. So that's all I worry about is my blokes are doing the right thing. So yeah, no, it wasn't a bad day, mate. I've had worse.
And was my brother Lindsay on?
Lindsay was there, mate. Yeah, he's had a bad trot.
Okay, mate. Well, we're on live at the moment, so I won't talk about that. Mate, is there anything you want to say about your stream on Saturday, mate?
Well, it's not this Saturday. It's the following Saturday, Kaz.
Following Saturday. Okay, mate. And I got your shirt
19th,
today.
Mate, so if no one's, I'm hoping you're not bloody doing anything that night. But it's my final one for the year, mate. So it's going to be a good one. We'll hopefully have a few prize giveaways. And it's going to be good, mate. Just going to have a chat about how, is there any chance for manufacturing getting back into Australia and all that type of stuff, mate. But it's just a chance for everyone to, the whole community, the Buckaroony and in the trenches with Kaz community, get on, say g'day to each other, mate, and just finish the year off. It hasn't been a good year for a lot of people, mate. So it's just a good way to finish off and put a smile on everyone's faces. Wish everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mate, that's awesome, mate. And I got your shirt today. Thank you very much for that.
It turned up. Good stuff, mate. Excellent.
Yeah, we've got a few people here that are saying g'day to you in chat. We've got the lurker, who's really he's really bad at lurking. He's here. He's saying g'day to Buck. We've got Kane Higgins there saying g'day to Buck. We've got Simon Powell, Stinkin' Raffy saying g'day to Buck. Attaboy saying g'day to Buck. They all are.
G'day, everyone. How are you? Hope you are all well out there in Kazland. How are you, Lauren?
I'm sure she's fine. Mate, off the top of your head, what are two predictions for you for Australia in or the world, or you, for 2021? Two positive and two negative.
Oh, geez, that's a big one, mate. Two negative. What, me personally or for the world, mate? Or
the world, anything. The world? as one of my bad ones, I believe that the big red chip is going to continue to spiral out of control, and I think it'll come to an end sooner or later.
Mate, I saw something on the news today at work just quickly. I got on the internet quickly, and China's ramping up, really putting it up against our farmers, mate. What was it? The timber industry and also our sheep, mate. They're targeting those two now. So, I think things are going to get worse with China, Kaz. I don't think we're going to end up at war with them, but I think relations between our two countries are going to take a real nosedive soon. It's not good at the moment. I can't see it getting better in the near future, mate. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
And the thing is, they need our beef and they need our sheep more than we need them. And they need to remember that. That's like being disrespected at a restaurant, because we can find other clients. They can't find other beef and other sheep, because at the moment, when you're mouthing off in the pub, before you know it, someone's going to be waiting outside for you. And it might not be who you expect. You might not have as many friends as what you think you have either when it comes down to spreading shit about people. What are some good things, mate?
Mate, I don't know. I think, England's just started getting the jab now, mate. Let's hope, Australia next year. We're in a good position at the moment, mate. Everyone's allowed to go interstate now and visit their families for Christmas. Isn't that good news? It was looking grim there a couple of months ago, mate, for the Vics, especially the Vics. But, Australia, we've come good just before Christmas, mate, which is good news. And I think it's going to get better next year. They're going to roll the jab out in March, mate. Let's hope we can get back on track. We can get our international flights going, at least with New Zealand, mate. Get our cousins across the ditch and they can start visiting again and our lives start getting back to normal, mate. And
I want to put some money in their economy in New Zealand. Yep.
Absolutely, mate. They're I know they're a separate country to Australia, but they're our closest bloody friends, mate. And it'd be good to see us. It'd be good to see us, the flights open up, the bubble between New Zealand and Australia. I think it's going to happen early next year, mate. If we keep going the way we're going, things are going to be good between Australia and New Zealand. Hopefully some other Pacific nations, Fiji and all these other little nations, mate, that are doing it well. We're lucky we're isolated down here in the South Pacific, I think. We're away from the real bad stuff up in Europe and America and that, aren't we?
We are, hey, Pedro. So what's your thoughts on Cairns Hook, mate? Australia, New Zealand, UK and Canada coming together to make the fourth biggest economy on earth.
Well, it doesn't sound good. It sounds good for trade. Mate, I saw your show the other day, mate. I haven't studied much into it, so I'm not an expert on the matter, but hey, four great countries. Let's face it, mate. The old Commonwealth countries coming together. The Kiwis, the Canadians, the Aussies, and the UK, mate. That's there's no four closer countries. Let's put it that way. So, mate, that could be really good for us. It could be really, really good, and put us in a good position to start bloody having a bit more flex against countries like China and that, and especially with trade and all that type of stuff, Kaz. And military-wise, mate, I don't know. I don't know how it'll go, but I'm sure if one of those countries gets in the shit, the other three will be there to give them a hand, mate.
Look, absolutely. And you know what? They'll have enough economic clout that it doesn't even need to come to that, Mate, what are your predictions? We'll let you go. What are your predictions, but for Mr. Buckaroony as a channel, what are your big ticket items in 2021?
Well, our big one, mate, is we were going to do it this year, mate, and we were going to catch up with you. Roz, Rafa and I want to do a big camping trip down into New South Wales and do a lot of the beaches down in New South Wales, from the northern New South Wales right down to the Victorian border, mate. And we were going to catch up with you and all that, but that got postponed because of COVID. So next year we're going to go down and have a look at some of the beautiful beaches down in New South Wales.
Yep.
And, for a 3-week trip. We'll catch up with you there, mate, for sure. And then later in the year, next November, we're going to go back up to a little deserted island in the Torres Straits, mate, a third of the way to Papua New Guinea. And Roz and I and some of the family are going to camp on that little island that Roz's mum was born and bred on, mate. Nagi Island, or Mount Ernest Island. it's uninhabited now, mate. And Roz's grandmum and great grandfather and that are buried on that island still, mate. So we want to go on a camping trip over to Nagi Island, clean up the grave sites there, clean up the little beach. It's a beautiful little island, mate. So a couple of really epic trips for the Buckaroony, camping trips next year for the Buckaroony channel, mate. And we're going to do more for charity again, mate. As you know, Kaz, we're all about charity. We're going to get stuck into some more charity stuff next year. Can't wait, mate. Going to be bigger and better than ever, I think.
And you let us know, mate, and we'll support your charities, you know.
That's good, mate. And, mate, you said something the other day that really struck a chord with me. You sent me that little message about what size shirt you wanted and that, and you said we're, you know, brother channels. And that meant a lot to me, Kaz. And I know we got two different channels. Mine's a camping and outdoors channel. Yours is a military sort of one. But, mate, we still attract a real good community, good people, just a fantastic community, isn't it? And I'm really happy to say that you're a good mate. And, mate, next year we'll go on and hopefully we can catch up and we can bloody sit together and do a few clips together, mate, and
I'd love
do
to
a live clip together. How good would that be?
I'd love to do
Buck and Kaz together.
And if you haven't been to Buck's channel before and you don't mind camping, or I don't mean in the Mardi Gras kind of way, all you got to do is look down the bottom of my channel and you'll actually see that Lauren is there. So is Bucko. So is Death by Vlog, and so is New York City Couple. They're the 4 channels that have earned their way into being on my banner down the bottom. I didn't know if you knew that, Buck, but you're down there where people can find it.
Oh, good on you, mate. I appreciate all your support this year, Kaz, and Lauren, and all the in the trenches for Kaz. And, mate, I'll tell you one thing I'm proud of is all the young kids that have watched your channel last year and this year and have gone on to join the Australian Defence Force. Isn't that fantastic? I'm really proud of the whole lot of them, and I see comments coming up, I just got through Kapuka, Kaz, or I'm in Singleton at the moment. And good on you guys. If you're watching, give it heaps. Give it 110%, and don't look back. Just keep looking forward and make every post a winner in the military. It's a fantastic career, and you meet mates for life, and and you're doing something really good for your country. So be proud of yourselves.
One thing, it sounds negative, but I'm going to keep this channel going till I've also got someone in your jail. I want subscribers that are in the cells with Kaz. You know?
Oh, mate, yeah. Hey, Kaz, can I just say, yesterday, mate, the Deputy Commissioner of Queensland Corrections is at my prison at the moment, and I've been doing policing and corrections for 18 years, mate,
and Army before that.
I got presented the National Medal, mate, which is a medal that's presented to Australians who are in jobs like police, corrections, ambulance and that. They put their lives and their safety at risk at times and that, and got presented the National Medal yesterday, mate, to go with my 4 Army medals. And I'll tell you what, mate, that medal meant a lot to me. I've been through a lot of bullshit to get that medal, mate, and a lot of dangerous situations, a lot more dangerous situations than I ever faced in the Army, mate. So, yeah, I got my 5th medal yesterday, mate, and I was very proud of it.
That is spectacular news. And I also know that your dad served Australia well as well.
He did, mate. He nearly lost his life. He was a Queensland police officer for 30 years and went very close to losing his life. He had a horrific knife attack on him, and he battled that right until the day he died when he was 87, mate. He never got over the horrific injuries he received from that. And, as I said, mate, I think it's the reason I joined the Coppers. I had to bloody, I was just proud of what Dad did, mate. I wanted to make him proud. So that's one of the reasons I went into the Queensland Police I only did 6 years, mate. That was long enough. The paperwork got to me, but at least I can say I did it now, mate.
But what I hear, what you just said then, which so many people here in the chat could attest to, including JJ, who's about to be a submariner. Watch you back there. You can't escape. No one hears you screaming a sub, young son. But what Buckaroony just said then really is the same reason I joined the military, because my father was a soldier. So you remember that when you're here, if your family are not military, remember that when you join the military, when you join paramedics, when you join police, fire brigade, whenever you do something that is significant and it is a calling, you do drop a rock into the water that creates a ripple that can go on for generations. So remember, it's not wasted. You know, people say, why would you do that? Go, if you ask that, you don't understand that. So all I'll say is, do you want another beer? And that conversation doesn't even need to be had because you just don't get it.
Yeah. That's fantastic, mate. And hey, listen, just anyone who wants to bloody get on the Buckaroony live feed, 6 o'clock Queensland time, which I think 7 down there in New South Wales, on not this Saturday night, next Saturday night, the 19th, Kaz, at 6 o'clock Queensland time. It's going to be a good one, mate. We're going to talk, have a good jibber jabber and have a laugh and just bloody get the whole community together and you know, what I enjoy, Kaz, and the same as your channel, mate, is while you're talking on a subject, everyone's having a chat and saying g'day to each other on the sidelines, mate. It's fantastic.
It is, mate, and we've both accidentally stumbled into this, and I think that seeing your channel, seeing my channel, you know, it's basically kept me going. It would have been very easy to stop YouTube when I lost my channel last year. When you and I were going back and forth for who had the most subscribers and the best community, but you know we've got ours back. You know it's half the size of what it was last November, but you know it's great. You know we've got some great people who've done some great things, and what it's done is give a voice piece. As Carl spoke to me today, and said it gives you the chance to talk to people that you would never meet in this lifetime, and it can make you feel like you are not alone in the way you think. There are people that will intellectually dive into a subject that is otherwise not spoken about. And there is a wealth of information that is out there from the young and the old. And this also allows conversations to happen between people that are older and younger that would normally never find themselves with that subject at the same table. Discriminating each other based on their age, or what would you know, old man? What would you know, young fella?
Yeah, exactly right, mate.
No, okay, mate. Well, you take it easy. Go and give Roz a hug for me, and Rafa, give him a scruff around the ear, and see us after.
Well, Rafa's with me, mate. Roz is 3 hours north. She's back up home. I'm down in Townsville at the moment, but I head back home tomorrow night, mate. I finish my last shift tomorrow night and head back home for a break. So.
Good
yeah, mate, hey, and listen, next year we'll get our heads together and we'll do a combined channel thing for some really good charity, eh? We'll bloody get both our little channels together and, mate, if there's another couple of channels around like ours that does more for charity, I'd like to see them, Kaz. I think we bat above our weight, mate, as far as charities go, don't we?
Well, you weigh a lot more than me, so...
Well, I do, I do. I need to go on a diet, mate. Too many beers for Buckaroony, let me tell you.
Hey, and here's one before you go too, mate. We just received an Asian donation from Mr. Bryce, veteran.
Yes.
Speaking of gongs, just received my father's 1939 to 45 star, which wasn't issued to him yet. He had qualifying service of 1,336 days. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome, mate.
Yeah.
And something you may not know about Mr. Bryce was he just did a Good Samaritan's task when a man was assaulting his wife, and as a result, he got a horrible stab wound, you know, from one of them.
Mr. Bryce did?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we hope you mend.
Good on you, mate.
We hope you mend. Lauren's good with a pin cushion and some hoochie cord if you need it put back together, and yeah, awesome.
Yeah, the old Hessian bagging needle and some paracord, mate. That'll fix up anything.
That's right, mate.
That's it. Yeah. All right, mate. Listen,
okay, Cobber.
Get back to your live feed. Say g'day to everyone for me.
No worries, mate. I will. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Kaz. And hey, make sure you do one of your feeds with the Buckaroony shirt on, eh?
I will do that. I was going to do it tonight, but I wanted them to see me open it.
Good stuff, mate. Yeah, keep up the good work, Kaz, and we'll chat again before Christmas, mate.
Okay, Cobber. See you later, mate.
See you, mate. Thank you very much for the call.
No,
good night,
mate.
everyone.
There you go. Some thumbs up for Mr. Buckaroony. See you, buddy. He's got the Folsom City Blues. Well, what we'll do is we'll just quickly call Lauren because it would have seemed like I almost rudely interrupted her before. And we'll give you guys your leave in a moment. Hello, como estás? We've got...
Did you just hang up on me? I was listening to some really groovy elevator music while I was listening to you and Buck have a great chat.
I didn't realise that you were still on there.
Yeah, you put me on hold.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Team, the time, we've been going for 1 hour and 44 minutes. Do you want another 5 minutes, or are you happy to hang the towel up here?
I don't know, but what Brett's saying is really good. People should go and check out Voice of a Veteran.
Yep.
That's that young chap that you played a video of before, who's got a lot. He was SAS.
Yeah, right.
I don't know his name. Heston.
He was Commandos.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go. That's his.
Heston Russell, very good looking man.
And people should definitely go check it out. And it's called Voice of a Veteran.
There you go. Peter Cram for an exam. Well, I'll tell you what. How about I meet you halfway and we go for about another. Well, I can go another 14 minutes if you can. That'll take us to 9:30.
Yeah. Anything's easy after the epic stream.
Yeah, the 8-hour stream.
Yeah.
Look, you can't help yourselves. Like Kaz and team, just enjoyed a jog and swim on the beautiful WA coast. Oh, it must be about 7 o'clock in the morning over there. How you going, you bloody South African? I hope you're well. Mate, we are very well, SOS. Good to have you here, mate. Yep. You didn't hear us earlier say this was not a donation stream, but there you go. This was what we were saying this was about tonight.
Guys and girls, my predictions for
For God's sake. He can't help me. Wait a sec. We'll put this up here.
Are you blaspheming?
No. Where are we? Where are we? Is that the one?
Guys and girls, my predictions for 2021. Let's make this nice and simple.
Again.
I believe that I will get off my ass and move into the high-rise apartment, which will allow me to also get the camper van, which I've been talking about for forever. And that's going to allow me to intrinsically get outdoors more often with a camera, but not in a freaky kind of way. Okay, and it's going to allow me to get a bit of summer loving, maybe in winter. That's my good things. I'm not going to go for low picking fruit. I'm going to have a great time with my family and just cherish life. No, it's going to be good. I'm going to get everything under control. Better version of me on the second version of Kaz. What will define by the end of next year? Who knows? The bad things for next year. I think we're going to continue down this slide of identity politics, which is sliding into every part of our culture, our life, our world, which makes you not want to leave home, which makes you not want to look outdoors, which makes you feel like you're goddamn guilty of something every time you get out of bed. And the second one, the second down point, well, I believe is going to be an unforecast event that is going to be related to the red corn chip. That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah. What are yours? Let me know. At a year from now, we'll be checking back on this video, so make sure you lock it in. Don't sit on a fence. Get in there. And guys, keep the donos down this stream. Okay, I want to just hear from you having fun. Take it easy. In December. Ho, ho, ho. How much an hour? Take it easy.
There you go, Tim. That was what it was about tonight, SOS. Sorry, sir. I don't know how you say your name again from the Balkans, but good night to you. What's your favourite drink? Let me know. Is it the Rusky? Is it the vodka? 6-3 Yankee JP. Good night, brothers and sisters. Good night, JP. Have a good night, and I predict that you may piss the bed somewhere in the next 364 days. Not 5, 364.
I've never known him to. I've known him for a long time. I've never known him to. But he gave us a little recommendation there, and I don't know what it is. He said, check out Instructions Sold Separately channel on YouTube.
Okay.
All right, we will. Why? Is it like William?
Did you... no, that's horrible. Did you hear about the new Biden doll you can buy from Toy World?
No.
It comes without the victim included.
Oh, come on now.
What did I hear today? one of my mates, Freddie, said to me to make your mind spin a bit. What happens if when the Ice Age occurred that wiped out all the dinosaurs, etc., that is when people actually come in here and we are the aliens?
Well, yeah, that's kind of like Planet of the Apes sort of thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty freaky. I don't believe that we started as a shrew, as they say in evolution. I don't believe that.
There's a lot of people who believe the like ancient aliens theories and the star seeding and that. So yeah, I don't know. It's all very mysterious.
You know what? It doesn't need to be really hotly contested either. There should be no partisanship. It doesn't matter what we came as.
Exactly. What matters now, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the future. Yeah.
Oh, it's a veteran channel.
Oh, it's a veteran channel. Okay, great. Thank you. Everyone check it out. What was it again?
Not we lit.
Yeah, and Addy Boy, I think, was saying good night as well.
See you later, Addy Boy.
Where is it? Instructions sold separately, I think he said it was called.
PK, I totally agree, mate. There is something going on. William Barr, I smell a rat with that fella. I think that he might be owned, that bloke, because all of the people that are coming forward with these hundreds and hundreds of affidavit witnesses, if it was a crime that happened in a mall or in a shop or at a house, the FBI would find the killer like a Zyrtec based on said witness statement. They've got over 1,000 witness statements under oath that are saying this is what I saw, these are the numbers in front of your face. Crick, 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 crick. Crickets.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is I will never again believe that the USA is the land of the free anymore.
It may not be.
And that is sad because they have been the bastion of hope.
Exactly. You know, we don't. The rest of the world hasn't copied them for no reason. You know, we're a bit in awe of their culture.
Well, I'm going there next year. I want to go there next year. I want to go and see Ed. Probably go there in time to see Ed B3 march out.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go and eat some big Texan steak. But what I'm also hoping to do for someone like Daz and PK and Rob Wool, Rob Kent, Keeper of Hounds, and others, is probably buy an M4 with all the fruit on it over there.
Yep. And
Ed B can keep it, but we'll always know that that's our little Betsy.
That's ours.
Which was Donald. What's his name?
Who?
Crockett. Davy Crockett's
Davy Crockett.
gun. His rifle was named Betsy, wasn't it?
I wouldn't know. That's very interesting.
His flintlock rifle. Mm.
Oh, it's very interesting. Roger Ramjet's off to bed. Hero of our nation.
Roger Ramjet, he's hero of our nation.
He's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
I can't beat that, but do you know what I can do?
What?
Marine, Aquaboy. This oxygum can help me breathe underwater.
Yeah, I was always, whenever I got gum, it was always oxygum.
Hey, Caleb, how you going, mate? Dave Follow Sapper, what about the Middle Eastern inflatable doll? It blows itself up.
Oh.
Lurker. Hey, Lauren, what are you up to? When's your next video coming out?
Yep, I'm just waiting for some new glasses. I had some problems with my eyes in the last couple of weeks, but that looks like it's all getting sorted out now. So I'm actually just waiting for my new glasses to arrive, and then I can get back to drawing.
Look, Lauren's channel is great. You know, you go there for the ASMR. My favourite is the time lapse painting. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do some more of that in 2021. I want to do a lot more painting.
Yeah. Hey, can we get some thumbs up there for Connor Embry as well? G'day, mate. Kaz, you're a legend. Thanks for everything you do. Really helping me.
Oh, glad to hear.
Connor, that's what it's about. It's about there's two things you can do when you've got a YouTube channel. You can bring people together for evil, or you can bring them together for good. You know, and the whole point is trying to keep some semblance of self-respect for the people that watch this channel, that if people come across it, they might go, well, I don't want to join the army, why do I come here? Then you come for the conversations, you come for the maybe a bit of humour. You go to feel like you actually have a voice as we come down there and look into Smokey B. Trump's going to win without a doubt in my mind. Thank you, Smokey B. I didn't know what you were going to say then, but I agree with you. And believe me, team, you should want him to win. You know, because no one can tell you a single policy that's happening from the other side that's actually any good. The other one, the most important one, is right to try. And that is the ability for people with sick children, with sick loved ones, to be able to bypass the massive costs and be able to try a drug in experimental stages to save their loved ones' lives. You know.
Okay. There's a question from Tyson Walker that he's just interested if it's true or not. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. I love this sort of stuff.
He said he got a phone call from his career coach today saying the ADF is trialling a new thing where you live, you get posted. Seeing if this is true.
No.
I don't think so.
That'd make you useless.
How that would work?
No, what are you going to do? That means you're never going to be near a weapon. That means you're going to have decentralised leadership. That's impossible. Yeah. You can't do a patrol as one person. You can't go as field as one person. Even the cost of logistically, that would be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blubber Dubber's hoping his 2021 prediction is that he might get a girlfriend. Don't rush it. You're only a whippersnapper. Don't rush.
I tell you something, Flubber. If you get it right once, and you've only got to get it right once, hopefully earlier rather than later, the rest of your life can be a ball. An absolute ball.
Hard work. No relationships are magic. Hard work on both sides. So you really need to be quite careful who you choose, because you have to choose someone who's going to work as hard as you are to waltz through life with, because you can't waltz with someone who wants to headbang. Lauren Wisdom.
And one of the best ways to meet someone, honestly, is to have interests. Yeah, and then you'll actually start to rub shoulders with someone else without his interests.
Exactly.
And then before you know it, there you go.
Yeah.
And if the interests you have are not good for you, then break away. Break away. Break away.
Don't ever be afraid of breaking away. Just do it. It's the kindest thing for the other person and for yourself. Don't be a martyr when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, girls don't like guys that feel sorry for themselves.
Yeah, and I don't think guys like girls who do that either.
No, not really.
No one really likes a negative Nancy.
You want to be sort of met in the centre. You want them to still have time with their friends. You still want them...
You don't want them to be so insecure that they're always wanting to know where you are and what you're doing and wanting to hang off you, and that applies for men and women, I think.
And you need a girl that 50% of the time it's her job to be in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen much more than 50%.
So am I. I like to do the cooking, you know. But
I make little sandwiches and things. I enjoy putting on a spread, you know.
It's horrible when people say I can't cook. You go, then goddamn learn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the best gift that you can give anyone is cooking for them. You know, I love cooking for people. I cook for dudes. I cook for girls. I love it.
Yep.
If I don't know how to do it, I grab an iPad and I watch it 10 times and then I do it. One ingredient at a time. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, let's get out of here.
Yeah, good idea.
Connor. Tyson. No, sorry, I mean Brisbane. Postal Nogra.
They're having a chat, I think.
Okay. Hey, we'll make Peter Cram. You can be the last question there, sir.
Okay.
Hey, Kaz, can you say that question for me?
Sure.
It sounds better from your voice.
Oh, thank you. What's your thoughts on the current state of Kapuka? I was told today that you're given yellow cards to use when you're offended or overwhelmed. Personally think that's soft, but what do you think?
I cannot stand what's happening at Kapuka, and the fact that this one is important, and I should make a little video about this. Yeah. What sucks about Kapuka is you've already been scanned for COVID. You've already been isolated for COVID, and then they put them together and then do this stupid act, which everyone knows is bullshit, of social distancing. You're together, you've been already cleared. Put them together, train them. They're not even doing PT really. You know, they're going to give a broken product or allow the people that should be kicked out at the Kapuka stage, the salmon that can't make it upstream, so to speak, they're allowing them to go further up the dike than what they should. And then when they get to the School of Infantry, they're like, well, we can't be increasing our sacking rate by an extra 30% because Kapuka's not... How come you do PT at Singo, but you don't do it at Kapuka?
Yeah, I think Dave's saying it's rubbish anyway that they're using yellow cards. But also, those yellow cards aren't going to work in combat. You can't just hold up a yellow card to ISIS.
If someone pulled that yellow card on me, I'd have to go, okay, no worries. I'd walk out, but in my mind, that person's failed. Yep. You know, you come to the military normally, whether it be Army, Air Force or Navy, because you actually want to go to the School of Hard Knocks. You want to go to the final frontier. You want to be held accountable for your actions. You want to earn everything you have. You don't want to... You don't actually get offended because you know they're not actually yelling at you face to face. It's not a personal attack.
Yeah, look, there's been people who've come in the tattoo shop wanting an apprenticeship where I've just had to say, no, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, and because what am I meant to do? Just let them permanently mark people because it might hurt their feelings? No, if you can't do the job, you just can't do the job.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? If you know you're bad at something, you don't do it.
And listen to people. If they are an expert in their field and they have advice for you on how you can improve, or even if you should maybe take up a different vocation, listen to them. Don't get offended.
Yeah. Poor JHK, he's moving house. There is nothing worse than moving house unless you're a billionaire and all you do is just turn up there and it's done. JHK, I'm sorry you've got to go through that crap, mate. I've got to go through it soon enough. Team, thank you for your premonitions for 2021. There's some really good ones there. In summary, the enduring theme seems to be Australia needs to make Australia great again. Yeah. Manufacturing.
Yeah, I think that was. It was amazing how many of us had the same ideas about that.
Absolutely. So, team, take it easy. Thank you for your time. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Lauren. We wouldn't waste our time unless we thought, you know, what we were doing makes a difference. And you've got a whole bunch of people that we speak to all the time, whether it be Carl, whether it be Dave, whether it be Tyson, Peter. Okay?
Freddie, Simon, Scotty.
All of us.
Yeah.
We're all volunteers here, and it's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be able to be in a position where you turn up. So thank you very much.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, take it easy, and prayers to Donald Trump. I hope you prevail, mate, for everyone's case, because you are the firewall between us and the big red chip.
Yep, I hope Nostradamus is wrong and there's no zombie apocalypse. Good night.
Could be. See you later. See you later. Mucho love. Respecto. Press